Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunattu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mave Vishavahai. Om Shanti. There is a question from chapter 4. Chapter 4, verse number 18. Wait, I have to go to the chapter 4. Chapter 4, verse number 18. He who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is wise among men. He is a yogi, a doer of all actions. He who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is wise among men. He is a yogi, a doer of all actions. The question: explain who recognizes inaction in action and action in inaction is wise. Vijay, this verse is talking about practicing objectivity. It's a way to practice objectivity. These two words, karma and akarma, action and inaction. What is human perfection in terms of action? Human perfection in terms of action, human perfection in terms of emotion, human perfection in terms of knowledge and understanding. Here he is talking about human perfection in terms of action. So what is human perfection in terms of action? The human perfection in terms of action is you are doing an action and then you understand that you are not doing, the instruments are doing. The vasanas are that which is driving the action. And you try and disassociate with the vasanas. You try and disassociate with the desire. So it is the desire that is driving the action, not me. It is desire that is driving the action, not me. This is practicing objectivity. He who sees inaction in action and action in inaction. That's what it simply means. So first is you do an action. Objectivity is when you say, I am not the doer. Involvement is you say, I am the doer. Again, objectivity is when you say, I am not the doer. Okay, if you are not the doer, then who's doing it? The problem is not about who's doing it. The problem is I am not the doer, that's all. Then who's doing it? That you should go and ask whoever is doing it. I am not the doer is objectivity. Who's doing it then? You can say vasanas are doing, you can say instruments are doing, you can say anything. But practice of objectivity, a wise person, a yogi, understands that I am not the doer. Practicing objectivity. It's a verse that helps you to practice objectivity by saying I am not the doer. When you identify with the self, you can say from the angle of the enlivener, in a poetic way, you can say, I am the doer of all actions. I am the doer of all actions that all are doing everywhere. All the 14 lokas, not only one person. Again, I repeat, if you say I am the doer, you have to say I am the doer of all actions. When you say I am the doer of all actions means what? All the jivas actions, the oceans are moving because of me, the wind is blowing because of me, the fire is burning because of me. One person is talking because of me, another person is listening because of me, another person is sleeping because of me, another person is coming because of me, another person not coming because of me. So I am the doer of all actions means you say all that is happening at the macrocosmic level is me. That is one way of practicing objectivity. Another way of practicing objectivity is you say I am not the doer, meaning this individual arrogation that I am the doer can be removed. So there are two ways. Either if you want to say I am the doer, you have to arrogate total doing, or you say I am not doing anything. This is practicing objectivity. Again, I repeat. Either you say I am all doing, or you say I am not doing. When you say I am not the doer, it is in relation to the sharira that you have identified with. To the sharira that you have identified with, you have to say I am not the doer. But then you feel very difficult to say I am not the doer, because you have to say I am doing something always. You feel the need, you feel the necessity to say I am doing something always, because not doing anything makes you feel you are. We have to keep doing something or the other always. No. How can you be inactive? You have to be very dynamic. You have to be very active. All this is very correct, but don't associate all this with one particular sharira. You identify with the total. Like saying, I am the electricity that is enlivening all gadgets. I am the electricity that is enlivening all gadgets. I am the electricity that is enlivening all gadgets. There are so many gadgets. No. There is a system here, there is a light here, there is the cooler here. So many gadgets are functioning. I am doing everything. Electricity can say that. This is action, inaction, inaction, action in inaction. Such a person is wise among men. He is a yogi. It's an understanding that you have to develop. You can't practice this. You can't sit and say, I am all doing and all. You can't sit and say all that. If you sit and say all that, what will you do? You will not know what you are talking. It's an understanding. What is understanding? You should identifying with the jiva's action, saying I am the doer, is opposite of objectivity. What is objectivity means here? the doing doesn't affect the doer. That is objectivity. The doing will not affect the doer. If the doing is not affecting the doer, it is called objectivity. If the doing is affecting the doer, it is called attachment involvement. What is meant by doing not affecting the doer? That's why the movie screen example is given. Fire, the screen is not hot. Water, the screen is not wet. What is happening on the screen is not affecting the screen. That is objectivity. Again, I repeat, what is happening on the screen in no way affects the screen. One. Number two, all happenings are happening because of the screen, and yet the screen is not affected by anything. So two angles to it. Remove the screen, there's nothing. So all happenings are happening. All happenings you are able to recognize, notice because of the screen, and yet the screen is untouched, unaffected by what is happening on the screen. So what is wise amongst yogi means the doing will not affect the doer. The moment the doing starts affecting the doer, it means you are getting involved, attached. Sannyasa, vairagya, objectivity is doing, but the doing doesn't affect the doer. That's why from one angle he will say, I am not doing anything at all. I don't do anything at all. I don't do anything at all. What do you mean you don't do anything? You are doing so many things, no? The limited things that you think I am doing, I am not doing. I am doing everything. You say I am doing everything means the birds are flying because of me. The fishes are swimming because of me. The wind is blowing because of me. The earthquake is happening because of me. The tsunami is also happening because of me. The accident is happening because of me. The safe landing is happening because of me. Wherever there are actions, and life is nothing but constant activity, and all these activities happening because of me. Therefore, I don't identify with any particular action and say I am the doer. I identify with all the actions. What is it that is identifying with all actions means? Like electricity in relation to the gadgets. So understand it in two ways. Electricity in relation to the gadgets, screen, and the movie. Combine this. Combine these two. That's the verse number 18, chapter 4, the clarification. Practicing objectivity. Doing, and if you are affected by doing, it is involvement. Doing, and if you are not affected by the doing, is sannyasa, freedom from law of karma. You do, and yet you are not the doer. That is freedom from action. Otherwise, you do, and you are bound by the consequences of your doing. So you do, and if you are bound by the consequence of your doing, then what to do? Simply stop doing? You cannot stop doing. Does it mean whatsoever you do, you are bound by the consequences? It means freedom as such doesn't exist at all. Freedom as such isn't possible at all. Then how do you understand this? Sakshi Bhava or sannyasa or vairagya is only this. What? Freedom from the consequences of the doing as you are doing something. As you are doing something, you are getting freedom from the consequences of the doing. That's why it's called a wise amongst men. It's not easy. It's not easy to practice this, but he's saying in this verse, this is how a wise person is. So yeah, we'll move back to our chapter. Yes.
I don't know the extension.
Yes.
You said there is human perfection at the level of emotion and knowledge and understanding.
He said in this verse, human perfection in relation to action. The verse speaks of human perfection in terms of action. Then there is human perfection in terms of emotion. Then there is human perfection in terms of knowledge. What is human perfection in terms of emotion? Universal love. That is human perfection in terms of emotion. The fragrance of love will be spread to everybody. Whoever comes in contact whoever comes in contact will take a bit of that fragrance. Universal love. That is human perfection in terms of emotion. Human perfection in terms of knowledge is an understanding that all are temporary. Nitya Anitya Viveka Vichara. Understanding that all this is temporary. Or you can say even this shall pass away, you can say. You follow? Human perfection in terms of action, emotion, and knowledge. Emotion is universal love, as opposed to preferential relationship. Are you able to understand the difference? Preferential relationship. Now, preferential relationship implies what? Hatred outside that circle. Preferential relationship implies hatred outside that circle. Very sacrificial inside that circle. Outside that circle, indifference, hatred, etc. That is, universal love is that boundary doesn't exist. That boundary of preferential relationship doesn't exist. Knowledge. What is the right knowledge? The right knowledge is an understanding that knowledge means the truth is known. Knowledge means the truth is revealed. This is the definition of knowledge. Correct? Knowledge means the truth is known. Knowledge means the truth is revealed as it is. What is the truth that is revealed as it is? What is the knowledge that is revealed as it is? It is temporary. It is temporary. Temporary now, it's okay, sir, but it's very good, no? Even though it is temporary, it's useful, no?
Yeah.
Even though it is temporary, it is very attractive, no? Even though it is temporary, it's okay to have it, no? It's okay, no problem, go back. It will take some more time to understand what is called as temporary. What is called as temporary. You follow? This is human perfection in terms of knowledge. Seriya? What chapter are we studying now?
No.
Ninth chapter. Ninth chapter. 22. He said, Vijay, Seriya, very see. Right. Verse number 22, he said, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I give you yoga, I give you kshema. I give you yoga, I give you kshema means I facilitate both. Depending upon what you are, you will get it. I ensure that it comes to you. I give you means what? I'll ensure that it comes to you. Why? because I'm a very good postman. Pin code number geta matra, I will come and deliver it perfectly, and I will never make a mistake in. I will never make a mistake in delivery. That is, I give you yoga, I give you kshema. Not that you keep doing whatever you want to do, he will come and give you yoga and kshema. Yeah, people think like that. People misinterpret, misunderstand verses like this. They say, okay, as long as I can do whatever I want, but God will come and give you yoga and kshema. He's saying, no, I will. It's not like that. It's not like you do whatever you want to do, yoga and kshema will come to you. It is not like that. As long as you are doing it vidhi purvakam, yoga and kshema will come to you. That is 22. 23, avidhi purvakam. According to the law, you are not doing it. So, yoga kshema you will not get, finite fruit you will get. So 23 he's saying you will get. 22 he's saying vidhi purvakam yoga kshema. 23 avidhi purvakam. What will you get? Whatever you are looking for, you will get. What you are looking for? If you are worshipping sun god is equated to vision. Lakshmi is equated to wealth. Knowledge is equated to Saraswati. So you pray to sun god, he will make sure that your vision is all right. But for arthritis, he cannot do anything. But for arthritis pain, you can't go to sun god. Because that's a department. Yeah. That is different department, that is different god. So you go to that god, he will grant you something else. You go to Lakshmi will grant you wealth. But worry and anxiety that is coming along with wealth, Lakshmi says, that is not my department. You asked for wealth, I give you wealth. Avidhi purvakam, this is. So avidhi purvakam, you worship finite gods, you will get those finite results, but yoga kshema will not come. Remember that. If you want yoga and kshema, stop the finite and come to me directly. You can't go to the finite and expect yoga and kshema. That is avidhi purvakam. Up to this, we saw. Isn't it? Up to 23, we saw and we finished. So, to put it very simply, vidhi purvakam, you do things, will give you yoga and kshema. Avidhi purvakam, you will get the finite result. Yoga kshema will not come. So, you choose what you want. You can choose what you want. You want yoga and kshema, choose me. You want finite result, choose that. But choosing that, don't ask for yoga and kshema. Why? Because that particular goal can only give you that particular result. It cannot give you a complete result. Which god will take care of overall health, sir? There is no god like that. There is no god like that. Which god will take care of overall physical health, emotional health also, sir? Is there one god that will take care of that physical health and emotional health also? There's no god like that. Is there any god who will take care of one god? Physical health, emotional health, intellectual health, financial health, or one god that take care of everything? There is no god like that. Take it or leave it. But sir, if I worship Shiva, will he not take care of everything? If I worship Vishnu, will he not take care of everything? If I worship goddess Kali, will she not take care of everything? Going to God and worshipping, asking for all these is avidhi purvakam. It is against the law. It is against the law. So there is no one God who will take care of all this. Why? Because if there is one God who can take care of all these, that God will be the highly confused God. That God will be very highly confused. Why? These hospitals have temples, isn't it? Why they keep temples and hospitals, God only knows, but they keep temples. You go there, the patient is praying. The doctor is also praying. The doctor is praying. What? EMIs, so much of loans I have taken, EMIs are pending. So make sure that this month I can pay my EMI. God is listening to that prayer. And the patient is praying. What is the patient praying? What is the prayer of the patient? Prasad. Everybody, how to escape this man? Yeah. Wherever he goes, he carries one pin. Yeah. Wherever he goes, he carries pins and poking everybody. Yeah. So what the patient will pray? How to please make sure that I escape this man. What will God? Who will God reply to? Because if he satisfies one, the other have to suffer. No. Farmer prays, I want rains. Salt merchant prays, no rains. Yesterday there was a visitor to my house, one lady. She was saying, I have come here only for 3 weeks holidays. Hope no rains happens in these 3 weeks. Why? Because she has come up with whole lot of plans. I didn't say anything. I was simply saying, I switched off. When people talk, I switch off and I simply keep nodding the head, thinking that they think I am also listening. I switched off. Another friend of mine, he got very irritated. He said, who asked you to come? We want rains. That lady, after 4 years, after COVID travel, COVID things, COVID that, restrictions have gone, and I'm the only daughter of the family. I have come to take care of my father and mother for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, I have come to take care of them. So what? I should take them to this temple. I should take them to that temple. And in 3 weeks, I pray there should not be any rains. Supposing in the next house, if there is a yajna they are doing for rain, who will God listen to? Supposing in the next house, supposing if I myself is praying for rains, let us say that, who will God listen to? Therefore, these things that one God satisfying all these things it doesn't exist. But the ego, which is so selfish and self-centered, focused on themselves all the time, believe that God will answer that prayer. This is avidhi purvakam. This is avidhi purvakam. What is vidhi purvakam? Yoga kshema will be given to you. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janav paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshema mahamiham. Vidhi purvakam, if you worship, which is ananya chinta, which is technically called nishkama bhakti, yogam kshema will be granted. I will ensure that yogam kshema will come to you. These are the two important verses of the crux of Bhakti Yoga itself. Now we will move to verse number 24. 24 pading.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvena taschyavanti te. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha न तु मामभिजानन्ति तत्त्वेन तश्च्यवन्ति ते.
I am indeed the enjoyer and also the Lord of all yajnas, sacrifices. But they do not know me in reality. Hence they fall. I am indeed the enjoyer and also the Lord of all yajna, sacrifices. But they do not know me in reality. Hence they fall. Venkat, the previous verse நான் கொடுத்த example லேடியை delete பண்ணிடுங்க editingல. Yeah. If she sees a video in the afternoon today, she will call me again. என்ன பத்தி சொல்லிட்டே இல்லை, she will say. Yeah. I am indeed the enjoyer and also the Lord of all yajnas. But they do not know me in reality. Hence, they fall. What is the fall here? The fall is they go through the endless chain of birth and death. What is the fall? Endless chain of birth and death. See, endless chain of birth and death as in Janma to Janma, or endless chain of opposites in one life. You can understand it in both ways. Endlessly they keep going through the opposites. What is going through the opposites means at one point of time happy, you wake up happy, in 5th minute you become sorrowful, at the afternoon again you become happy, evening you will start crying, night you won't know what to do. This cycle, this is what he says as fall. Hence they fall. Why they fall? Because they do not know me in reality. Knowing me in reality is what? Bhokta cha Prabhureva cha. I am the Bhokta and I am the Prabhu. Prabhu means I am the Lord. Prabhu means I am the Lord. I am the enjoyer and I am the Lord. Now, what is this Bhokta and Prabhu means? Bhokta means I am the receiver of all your pujas, worship. Prabhu means dispenser of the result. I receive the puja, and according to the puja that you have done, result will be given. It's a continuity of the same previous verse. You follow? I am the receiver of what? Of all the puja, all the worships that you do, and also I am the Lord. Lord as in making sure that the results you get accordingly. You follow? You get the results accordingly. How do I say I receive everything? Because I am the indweller. Because I am the enlivening principle. Because I am the conscious principle. Wherever there is any worship done, it is done. I am the receiver. I receive it because it comes to me. I am the indweller. Also, the result will be given accordingly. I am the indweller and I am the one who dispenses with the result. Krishna declares himself as the enjoyer and Lord of all yajnas. Enjoyership in the sense of what? In the sense of the enlivening factor. Lord in the sense of ensuring that the result will come the result will come accordingly. It can be called as the enjoyership because the perceiver, feeler, thinker enjoying the experiences through the medium of body, mind, and intellect. You can say it in that way. Lord, because of the enlivening principle in all actions. It's a question of how do you want to understand it? Are you able to follow? Enjoyership meaning the enlivening factor is enjoying perceptions through the body. The enlivening factor is enjoying emotions through the mind. The enlivening principle is enjoying perceptions through the intellect. In that sense, you can say, I am the enjoyer. Lordship of all actions means what? Without me, there cannot be. Without me, no action is possible. Without me, no yajna is possible. Since without me, nothing is possible, that without him or her or without self, nothing is possible. Therefore, it becomes the Lord. Are you able to follow? நீங்க இல்லைன்னா ஒரு வேலையும் நடக்காது சார். நீங்க வந்துருங்கன்னா that person is the Lord. Correct? Correct? நீங்க இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல இல்லாட்டிலும் பரவாயில்லன்னா it doesn't make clear. You are dispensable. Lord means what? Without you, nothing can move, nothing can happen. In that sense, also it can be called as Lordship. You follow? In that sense, also you can say it is the Lordship. Aham hi sarvaya jnanam bhoktaha prabhuhu evacha. From another angle, how to understand they fall? Okay, this is very clear. But how to explain, but they fall, he says, isn't it? Why are they falling? If they understood as Prabhu and if they understand it as Prabhu and Bhokta, there will not be a fall. But they do not understand that. They fail to understand. What they fail to understand? The importance of me. Okay, importance of me means what? What is meant by me? What is meant by importance of me? Importance of me implies people don't understand the value of moksha. People don't understand the importance of moksha. That's what it meant. Me. They don't know me. They don't know me. They fall. Knowing me means what? Knowing me means they don't know the importance of moksha. They don't know the value of moksha. Since they don't know the value of moksha, since they don't understand the importance of moksha, they don't pursue him. They pursue everything else. Venkatachalam, are you able to follow? Since they don't know the value of me, meaning value of moksha, instead of pursuing me, they pursue everything else, and therefore they fall. Therefore, they fall. Knowing me implies you have to understand it as me means self. Knowing self means what? We don't know what is self. So what does knowing me means? Put in a different angle, you will understand what he is trying to say. What is in a different angle? People don't understand the value, importance of moksha. Since they don't understand the value of moksha, since they don't understand the importance of moksha, they don't worship me. Instead of worshipping me, what do they go and worship? They worship Lakshmi, they worship Saraswati, they worship some other god, asking for that. They get it, but they fall. You worship Lakshmi, you get wealth and you fall. You worship Saraswati, you gain knowledge. You will get a PhD degree. Nobel Prize also you may get. But you fall. So they don't know, they fall. They don't know me in reality. Why are they not able to know me in reality? Because they are seeking something else. Therefore, if you have to know me in reality, you have to seek me. If you have to know me in reality, you have to seek me. What is seeking me means? Is it simply saying Krishna, 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 Krishna? Seeking me means what? Seeking moksha. Seeking moksha is what is meant by saying seeking me. Otherwise, it is simply seek me. Once if you say, I'll start chanting Krishna, 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 then it. Akashat patitantoyam yada gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam pradigacchati. The Vedic prayer says that. Keshavam pradigacchati. Obviously, it is written by one Vishnu devotee, isn't it? Obviously, it is written by one Vishnu devotee. Keshavam pradigacchati. If the Shiva's devotee were to write that, what he would have written? Akashat patitantoyam yada gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha Rudram pradigacchati, Shivam pradigacchati. So what is meant by worshipping me? Are you able to follow? It is not worshipping that deity. It is not worshipping that form. Worshipping me in reality means seeking moksha. And if you seek moksha, yogakshema you will get. That is guaranteed already. But sir, if I seek moksha, what will happen? Who will take care of my bread and butter? If I start seeking moksha, who will take care of my bread and butter? Who will take care of my family? Who will take care of my other requirements? Who will take care? Krishna's answer is, you have not known the reality. As it is, I am the one who is taking care. As it is, are you thinking you are taking care? As it is, I am the one who is taking care. Simply give the credit to me and you do what you ought to do. What is it that you ought to do? Seek me. And what is meant by seeking me? Seeking me implies seeking moksha. The only difficulty that people have in seeking moksha means people ask, but sir, if I seek moksha, what will happen to electricity bill? I am sitting and seeking moksha. Who will pay my electricity bill? Ram Subramaniam. I will not come and pay. You only have to pay. Yeah. You only have to pay your electricity bill and you only have to seek moksha also. That is your, who will, so why the person doesn't seek moksha? Because they believe that seeking moksha means all other things cannot be done. If you remember, a couple of classes back, we said that. Thank God, God doesn't answer your prayer, you are still going to God. Thank God. You please thank God. Ganesh, go to Tirupati, thank Venkateshwara that he is not answering your prayer. Because if he answers your prayer, what will God answer? What will God want to give? If God has a choice to give what to give, what will he give? If God has a choice, what will God give? Moksha only, isn't it? Why will God give anything else? If God has a choice, if you leave the choice to God, what will God choose for you? What will God want to give? Moksha only. If God says, I will grant you moksha, what will you say? No. The list la vandu moonavathu dhaan. In my list, moksha is only in 3. First, give me that 1 and 2. The 1 and 2 mudichittu, then I will come to that 3. And that 3 never comes. Yeah. That 3 never comes. Parame Brahmani kopi na saktaha. Bhajagovindam. Shankaracharya said, Parame Brahmani kopi na saktaha. Nobody balastavat kridasaktah, tarunastavat tarunisaktah, vriddhastavat chintasaktah, parame brahmani opinasaktah. So if God says, I will give you moksha, everybody will run away from the temple. So God says what? You do not know me in reality. Are you able to follow? You do not know me in reality. Therefore, what does this means? I am the enjoyer. I am the enjoyer. I am the Prabhu. One of the acharyas gave this example. It's not my example. He said, all deities equals post boxes. You have post boxes in every road, isn't it? In every road, in everything, there will be a post box. So all deities are like post boxes. So what will you do? You post there. And then everything will go to from post box, where it will go? Post box direct where it will go? It will go to the post office. Post office is me. I dispatch accordingly results. Yeah. This is not beautiful example. I really loved this. Really like that example when I heard it long back. One of the acharyas here, he said, all deities are like post boxes. Moksha is like I am means Brahman, Krishna, or any enlightened person says I equals the post office. The dispatcher says, go, okay, this should go here, this should go here, this should go here. This is the Prabhu, dispatcher of results. Accordingly, whatever you have sent for, it will, whatever you have sent for will come to you. He is constantly comparing and contrasting. That's all. What is he doing? He is comparing and contrasting between seeking moksha versus seeking other things. Praying for moksha versus other things. He is just simply a comparative study. They fail to realize me in reality. They do not know my true nature. They do not know my true nature means not knowing the true nature as in the true nature of God. The only way to know the true nature is by you seeking him, seeking Krishna. And what is meant by seeking Krishna? Seeking Krishna means seeking moksha. You follow? Seeking moksha, you do all actions are purified. Seeking moksha, you do anything, that is the purification. There is no other purification. Why? Because all other actions are increasing vasanas. No. Where is the purification? Are you able to follow? This is the only way to purify. Technically, are you able to understand now? Srikanth. All other actions are not going to purify you. Why? Because your vasanas are multiplying. Your desires are multiplying. By this way of doing actions for moksha, you are attaining purification. What is the purification? the transformation. Therefore, when you do this, when you worship me, you get out. If you don't worship me, you fall into the samsara again and again and again. You fall again and again and again. So, falling is because of wrong seeking. You fall again and again and again because you are seeking the wrong things again and again and again. Are you able to follow? What does falling mean? Seeking the wrong things. This is verse number 24. Verse number 25.
Yanti deva vrta devan pitran yanti pitra vrtaha bhutani yanti bhutejyaha yanti madhya jinopi mam yanti deva vrta devan pitran yanti pratirvrtaha Bhutani yanti bhutejyaha yanti madhya jinopi mam.
Those who worship the devas, senses, go to devas. Worshippers of ancestors, go to ancestors. Worshippers of the elements, go to elements. Those who worship me, come to me. Those who worship the devas, senses, go to devas. The worshippers of ancestors go to ancestors. The worshippers of the elements go to elements. And those who worship me comes to me. Now what is he saying? Continuing the same opposite of yoga kshema. You worship me, you will get yoga and kshema. You don't worship me. If you are not worshipping me, you are worshipping something else. Remember that. Always you are worshipping something. Always you are having ananya chinta about something. Correct? Understand it like this. It's not that if you are not worshipping me means you are staying quiet. No. You are something you are worshipping all the time. What is worship here means? Ananya chinta. Something your mind is constantly churning. Something your mind is constantly going in circles again and again and again to the same place, to the same person. Either it keeps going to the same person or it keeps going to the same situation, same thing. This is called ananya chinta. This is called ananya chinta. This is called worshipping. So what is the definition of worship means? Ananya chinta. Anything that you are constantly thinking, anything that you are constantly seeking and crying because you are not getting it and happy because you are getting it, this is called worship. This is called worship. Bhakti. Srikanti, then definition of bhakti. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything that you are constantly thinking. Ananya chinta. The mind, irrespective of your physical presence, irrespective of where you are sitting, irrespective of what you are doing, the mind is simply going to some, isn't it? This ananya chinta is called worshipping. This ananya chinta is called worshipping. Where all the thoughts goes, he says devas, ancestors, elements. Where all it goes to devas, it goes to pitrus, it goes to bhutas. This is the classic Vedic terminologies. These are all. And we have no all wrong understanding we have about these terminologies now. These are all classic Vedic terminologies. You go to the classic Vedic literature, you will find these terminologies. They are used, these words again and again, they use a lot. They will not use the word Archana. They will not use the name Sahasranama. They will not say doing this parikrama. They will not talk that language. They will talk, it means we need to understand what they mean by, what is meant by Devas, what is meant by Pitrus, and what is meant by Bhutas. Bhutas means elements. Elements means nature. Bhutas refers to elements, and elements implies nature. They are constantly intrigued by the mysteries of nature. They seek that. All the time they are seeking that. End up becoming one environmentalist. Clear? End up becoming one environmentalist. That's what he says. Worshippers of Bhutas, go to them. That's all. We have to protect this, we have to protect that. Warming is happening, chilling is happening. I don't know what all they will talk. This is called worshipping the elements. What is worshipping the ancestors? Ancestors symbolize the past. Ancestors implies the past. The past implies tradition and culture. The past implies tradition. The past implies culture. So what do? They simply keep worshipping the past. Sir, life whatever it is, the past is always glorious. Whenever you glorify the past, you are worshipping the Pitrus. We'll go into detailed explanation of all this. I'm just giving the basic ideas of what each and everything could be understood. Devas here represents, we have seen that any number of times. Devas are always referring to the sense illuminators. The word Deva means, wherever he says Deva in plural, Deva means the sense illuminators. Sense illuminators means those whose focus is on the senses. Focus on the senses means seeking sensual pleasures, seeking sense gratification. So there are people who seek sensual pleasures, sense gratification. What do they worship? They are constantly thinking about the senses. It means he's calling them as worshipping Devas, Pitrus, ancestors, tradition, culture, value. See, all tradition had a beginning. It means it wasn't there at one point of time. Tradition means it had a beginning, correct? Culture means it had a beginning. What was before that? Some other culture, some other tradition. So some other culture, some other tradition goes away, and new culture comes, new tradition comes, and this will go away. Another culture will come, another tradition will keep. So who is worshipping the past means worshippers of ancestors. They turn very traditional, they turn very cultural, they become very traditional cultural. Now, please understand, not in the positive sense. Traditional culture in the sense of being stuck in the past. Traditional cultural in the sense of stuck in the past. Once you are stuck in the past, what will happen? You can never live in the present. Then comes the fourth category, his category. Clear? Now there are 4 categories, he said. What are the 4 categories? Devan or category, Pitrus or category, Bhutas or category, me or category. 4 categories. And always he is segregating himself from the rest. Always he is segregating himself from the rest. Why is he segregating himself from the rest? Because seeking me is the only indication that you are seeking moksha. So he is segregating all other pursuits vis-a-vis the pursuit of moksha. Are you able to understand why he is segregating like that in the first place? Not that he is creating a new goshti for himself. No. As it is, there are thousands of groups. Now there's no one more Hare Krishna group, isn't it? Worshipping Krishna group is not, he's not creating another group. What he is saying is, there are other pursuits vis-a-vis pursuing me. Fundamentally, 2 pursuits. What are the 2 pursuits? The worldly pursuits and me. And the worldly pursuits are divided into 3. What are the worldly pursuits divided into 3? Devas, Pitrus, and Bhutas. Devas, Pitrus, and Bhutas. You worship them, what happens to you? Worshipper of gods, reach the gods. Worshipper of ancestors will reach the ancestor. Worshipper of Bhutas, reach the Bhutas. My worshippers, following the same logic, my worshippers reach me. Attracted by worldly results, they choose to pursue Pitrus, Devas, Bhutas. Because they are attracted by the worldly result. They are affected by the worldly result. They are interested in the worldly result. They seek that. Interested in that means, interested in that implies what? Seeking that. The mistake that they make is, even when they come to me for those factors. Even when they come to me for the wrong reasons. Deva Vrata. They do all the Vratams. Deva Vrata. Deva Vrata. Vratam means, again, it's a classic Vedic word. Vratam means what should be done, what should not be done, they follow it. Vratam is what should be done, what should not be done, isn't it? Vratam in the class. What is Vratam in the class? There is Vratam in the class. What is Vratam in the class? I'm not saying that, enough of saying it. So it's not worth saying, we don't even. What is Vratam in the class? Minimum Vratam in the class. What? What is the Vratam? Do's and don'ts. Yeah. What is the do's and don'ts here? Online level. Yeah. But sir, it is getting recorded and people we can revisit and learn. Nobody is listening. Upon revisiting, what is going to happen? Nothing is going to. And what is the Vratam? In every action that you do, there is a Vratam. That makes it right. What is the Vratam? What is the Vratam in online? What is Vratam in online? What is Vratam in online? Venkat, பயப்படாதீங்க. நான் தான் பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன். இது பண்ணக்கூடாது. இது பண்ணக்கூடாது. What is Vratam in class? இது பண்ணக்கூடாது. என்ன பண்ணணும்? இப்படி இருக்கணும், அவ்வளவுதான். Correct? Minimum Vratam is what? Listening. People ask, no? Hybrid class. Online class, personal class. Personal class na listening, because you are seeing anyway, isn't it? Personal class na listening. Online class na nothing. What is the vratam? Idam vratam. But sir, I don't like to, I don't, I can't, I don't like to do it. Then you are not following the vratam. Are you able to follow? But I can't do it because I'm doing so many other things also, no sir, at the same time. So video on panna, so many things I am doing, no. What to do now? So many things also I am doing. What to do now? You are not worshipping me. You will not come to. You are not worshipping me. You will not come to me. I am not asking you to put the video on. Please keep it or don't keep it. It doesn't make any difference to me. All the videos are off now. I'll keep talking till. Yeah. I'll imagine 2-3 people sitting in front and I'll keep talking also. No. What is meant by the words here? We need to understand what he is saying. Vratam, Deva Vratam, Pitru Vratam. What is the word Vrata means? What does the word Vratam means? Vrata means what to be done, what should be done, what should not be done. So in every field of activity, you will get the results and benefit only if you do that. What should be done and what should not be done. Then only you will get that also. Even if you want to get the limited result, even if you want to go to the Pitrus, you have to do the Vratam. Even if you go to the Devas, you need to do the Vratam. Even if you go to Bhutani, you need to do the Vratam. If you have to come to me also, you have to do the Vratam. Since Vratam is the common factor, keep me, that's all he said. Are you able to understand now? Since Vratam is the common factor, why do 2-3 Vratams? Just do one Vratam, keeping me. Therefore, they come to me. Are you able to follow? So, whatsoever you worship, they will go there accordingly. Same thing in the 17th chapter. He talks about it as tamasic worship, rajasic worship, and sattvic worship. Same thing. He will talk about it in the 17th chapter. Who comes to me? Those who worship me. It means what? Anyway, effort is required. Anyway, Shraddha is required. You have no choice from effort and Shraddha. Simply change your seeking. Are you able to follow? Effort is the same. Shraddha is the same. All that you got to do is change the seeking. The moment you change the seeking, that is seeking me. And worshipping me is absolutely easy. Worshipping Deva, Pitru, Bhutas are difficult. Worshipping me is very easy. Worshipping me is very, very easy. How do we say worshipping me is very, very easy? Devas kudam vratam irukudhu. Devas only have vratam. Bhutas only have vratam. Pitrus only have vratam. For me, there is no vratam. It is very absolutely easy to worship me. Idina pudusa story irukudhe. Yeah, what is it? This is a new story now. We have not heard this story before. Worshipping me is absolutely easy. No vratam and all is required. This is something very easy now. No, Abada. Idu nalla irukudhe, sir. Verse number 26, we will know what he is saying. How it is absolutely easy. Verse number 26.
Patram pushpam phalam tohyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyupahritam अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्त्युपहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः.
Whosoever with devotion offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, water. That devout offering of the striving self, I accept. Whosoever with devotion offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, water, that devout offering of the striving self, I accept. How easy he has made it. How easy he has made it. That's why previous verse, Vratamlan sonnar. Previous verse, he spoke about Vratam. You have to, so many regulations are there, so many do's and don'ts are there. You have to have the flower, you have to have the specific flower, you have to have the specific fruit, you have to have the specific things. Kallanna all rules and regulations. With me, Atram, Pushpam, Palam, Toyam. Striving self, that's the challenge. Whatsoever the striving self offers, that I accept. A leaf, any leaf. Now you can't go to God and give any leaf. You go to Vishnu, you have to take only a particular leaf. What leaf you have to take to Vishnu? Vilvam, no? Tulsi, correct. Tulsi, correct. Tulsi. Very simple. What to do now? So I think all have reached a Nishkama Bhakti state already, I think. All in the Nishkama Bhakta state. Any flower, any fruit, any flower, any leaf, drop of water. What is this Patram, Pushpam, Palam, Toyam and all that? All this is called, technically it is called Shodasa Upachara. 16 types, 16 ways of welcoming and taking care. It's called Shodasa Upachara. You know that? Yeah, 16. Very simple, Ravi. Very simple. You don't need to know the 16 law. Very simple. Supposing, Anshu, supposing, I'm not coming, I'm just saying, I am coming. What will you do? Shodasa Upachara, you will do. 16 ways of, what is that? What is the first thing? Cleaning. Yeah. Vacuuming, cleaning. Keep everything neat and clean. And then welcome. How do you welcome? How do you welcome? How do you welcome? You have to give a welcome drink, isn't it? You have to give a welcome drink. And then sit, relax. Wash the hands, wash the feet. It's like asking, do you want to use the restroom? Yeah. And then come and say, and then the person will come and say, and then will say, oh, thank you for coming. That saying thank you for coming is called Archana. Yeah. That saying thank you for coming is called Archana. Yeah. And that Archana can be done 11, 108, 1008. It can be done in, you can, more number of names you use means more you are thankful for that person coming. Ore vartele thank you. No, it's not that, it doesn't convey the depth of your emotion. And then what do you do? You ask, yeah. What do you like? What you don't like? Do you have any food allergies? Isn't it? Are you a vegan, non-vegan? Yeah. Vegetarian, non-vegetarian. Apura vegetarian la innadu, yeah. Vegan or non-vegan. This is called, and then you make food accordingly. This is called another upachara. And then after that, what do you do? After that, what do you do? You have to give betel leaf, no? Isn't it? After that, for digesting, because you have fed so much, and that fellow also didn't have any control over eating. You offered so much, and that fellow also didn't have any control over eaten. Now have to have something to digest. Yeah. If you eat rightly, why do you have to take something to digest? But everybody has to take something to digest. Why? Because we all eat. And then what happens? Now entertainment, isn't it? Now entertainment. What is entertainment? When you're on TV, you want to watch some movie? Because how long can you keep saying Sahasranama? How long can you keep saying this? No, you say you want to. And then finally, send off. This is called Shodasa Upachara, like how you welcome the guest, how you take care of the guest, and pack up and send the guest away. It's a ritual. Involves a lot of effort, strain. I still remember, my grandmother saying, Adi Masam Vandurtha Abhada, she will start crying. Why? Because one after the other rituals keeps coming. One after the other. Some Varalakshmi Vardham will come, and then some other puja will come, and then Ganesh Chaturthi will come, and then Janmashtami will come, and then some Aipasi something will come, and then Diwali will come, and then this Deepam will come, and by the time January Pongal happens, she is very relieved. Why? Because for the next 6 months, no festivals. Why? Because each and every ritual has to be done like that. Vratam means that. Krishna says, my devotees are free from all this drama. My devotees have that freedom, he said. Are you able to follow now? Only my devotees, sir. If you are not my devotees, you have to follow that only. Only my devotees have this freedom. And who are called my devotees? Who are called my devotees? Those who seek moksha. Not worshipping, saying Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. My devotees means those who seek moksha. For those who seek moksha, I have made things very liberal for them. I have made things so easy for them. Why? Because me being all-pervading, me being everywhere, they seeking me, and everything is mine, and with this right attitude, they give everything to me. They reach me. Prayatatmanaha. Prayatatmanaha means they are doing this prayatna. They are doing this prayatna. Prayatna means dedicated effort. Prayatna means dedicated effort. Since these people are doing this dedicated effort, anything you do, it's all right. Flour, fruit, water, leaf, rice, sugar, honey, what all you got to do, isn't it? To my devotee, there is freedom. What people have done is, nobody is his devotee, but they all have taken liberality and they started doing whatever they want to do. Saying that Krishna has said, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam, no, I can do whatever I want. Shankar, either devil quoting the scripture. Yeah. This is devil quoting the scriptures. This exemption, this rule is applicable to whom? To my devotees. To my devotees means those who seek moksha. That is why we find stories of great devotees doing things which only they are allowed to do. When you offer it to God, you are not supposed to taste and give. Only a Shabari has the privilege of tasting and giving. Yeah, you are not supposed to taste and give because that Ananya Bhakti is not there. That Ananya Chinta is not there. That Prayatna is not there. Therefore, what you got to do? You got to follow rules and regulations. What is rules and regulations? Pitru Vrata, Deva Vrata, Bhuta Vrata. Adalla you have to do. Remember that. The problem of today is what? Bhuta Vrata, they will not follow. Worshipping the Bhutas, they will think Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. Worshipping the Devas, they think Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. Worshipping the Devas, Pitrus and Bhutas, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam will not be applicable. Kolatur, Purida. Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam is applicable to whom? Special category. Our category மட்டும் அது அவரை கும்பிடுறவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் அந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுக்குறாரு. How partial he is. Whoever worships me, I have given them this liberality. Why? Because worshipping me is worshipping me means worshipping moksha. Worshipping me implies worshipping moksha. Ananya Chinta about me means Ananya Chinta about moksha. The moment you have this Ananya Chinta about moksha, you will start doing what all needs to be done accordingly. You follow? Therefore, one of the very important verse. What is that? Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Prahritam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. Prayatatmanaha. Each and every word is very, very beautiful. We will continue with this verse next week also. We will continue with the same verse number 20, 26 also in the next class. For today, what it implies is the freedom, the liberality that is given is to my worshippers. If you are not worshipping me, you got to follow strict rules and regulations. Why? Because you have not yet become disciplined. You have not yet gained the right knowledge. You have not yet become truly disciplined. Therefore, you got to follow rules and regulations strictly. If you want freedom from all these rules and regulations, and if you want freedom from all this, start worshipping me. But don't take freedom from rules and regulations worshipping Bhutas, Pitrus and Devas. If you do that, you will neither get me nor get them. Are you able to follow? Because if you violate the rules for them, they will not grant you anything. So you violate the rules there and take this formula and apply it there. What will happen? You will neither get me nor get them. What will you end up getting? Stress and strain, worry and anxiety, going into the samsara chakra again and again and again. And people come and say, prayers are not working, sir. Prayers are not helping, sir. First of all, there is no prayer happening. And that prayer is not according to the vidhi. Therefore, no results. This is very, very important to understand. Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. Leaf means any leaf. Flower means any flower. That's why Krishna is called Vanamali. Vanamali means any flower that you see on the roadside, you can pick up and make a garland and you give it to him, he will wear it. He will not specifically come and look for only jasmine flower. Only he will not ask all that. Others, God will ask all that. He will say, you give me anything, I will take it. Why you give me anything, I'll take it? Because you are a Prayatatmanaha. Because of you being Prayatatmanaha, I am taking it. That word Prayatatmanaha, the striving self. Because of you being the striving self, Whatsoever you do, whatsoever offer will be taken. If you are not the striving self, strict rules and regulations are there, and you got to follow it. What is the strict rules and regulations you got to follow? If you have to make money, you can't sit with the family. If you are sitting with the family the whole day, you can't go out and make money. Rules and regulations are very, very strict and clear there. That you will get, but others you have to lose. One you will get, but something else you have to lose. Here, you have nothing to lose and only one thing to gain. Here, in this Patram Pushpam Palam. With this, we conclude for today, and we'll continue with this verse number 26 next class.